We won't be going anywhere in that today. Well, the hens are still laying well. That's this morning's collection out of the 2 nest boxes. Morning. It's the 1st of October and it's Saturday. So Thursday and Friday we got nothing at all done because the weather was absolutely horrendous and gale force winds. So Tony landed up at the allotment this afternoon. I didn't come up until about 12 o'clock myself, and we came over here for something, I can't remember what it was, and the gales had ripped the windows out of this treehouse. So what we've done, we already had done one window, we've now done a second window, and then we're doing a third one on that end. That one wasn't out, but we're doing it anyway because the plastic was starting to perish. These are just recent ones, but these are also getting done with windows like this. So Tony's just finishing off on that last window for now. We need to get it sealed again before the gales come up again. And what I've done now is I've actually got the window latches on as well now, so we can utilise these windows and open them when it's hot and very quickly close them back up again for winter. I've got that one to finish off. I'm going to do these ones at a later date. As I say, that plastic is new earlier in the year, but they will be getting replaced with opening windows like this one, like these two rather. There you go, another one. So we'll get those, we'll get this one finished off, and as I say, I'll do these at a later date. We're just using up scrap bits of 2x2 that came off the Everys, and scrap bits of plastic we've got laying about. They're odd, but it doesn't make any difference. We're just using up what we've got. Right, so after we got the windows done over in the treehouse, we noticed that all the potatoes had collapsed straight over onto the path and turned pretty much that colour. So we've harvested the potatoes out of here now, and I'm pretty disappointed, but it's a harvest we wouldn't have had. But there's a lot of scab on them. Got quite a bit of scab on these, and they're not as big as I envisaged they may be after having all that bloodfish and bone meal added over and the digging over, etc. But nonetheless, it's sort of a half a bag of potatoes. They're edible. And we caught the cauliflowers just in time. We've had to take the lot now. They're just starting to open up, so I've taken all of those. We've harvested all of the rest of the snowball turnips and the red in the winter red meat radish. Clear, 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 clear. We can start putting some of these to bed now, guys. So that's another good job jobbed. All in. Sunday the 2nd of October 2022. Welcome back to Alan's Allotment. Right, so yesterday we went and got ourselves another pack of feather edge boarding to do the border around the fruit trees at the bottom of the polytunnel. And whilst I was getting that, I spotted these. Now these are 4 foot long and they're 1 inch thick all round. And this is pretty much what I was making the brassica cages with. Now, you can make these out of something more substantial, but I've found that these work quite well. So these are about 1 inch thick. They're nice and light, and what's more, they were destined for waste. And there must be 100 here, and I got them for free because I'm a regular customer. So they're going to make a lot of brassica cages, and if Curtis turns up this morning, we'll be making a start on that. I think Tony might be arriving as well. He's going to make a start on clearing out the garage so that I can get back into it again. and we'll see how the day goes. Right, there we have it. There's probably well over 100. There's probably 150 in there. Another bonus is they're all 4 foot in length. So you will need some smaller ones for the uprights, but a lot of because of the bed being 8 foot, more or less, you know, we can pretty much make these 4 foot and well often basically. So yeah, all of those, happy days, freebies. And from an earlier visit we got these ones, so there's more here, and there's quite a few in here. There's probably 30 or 40 in here as well, which we'll put into the shed. Just need to find some more room on the shelf. And then there's more here, yeah, they're dotted all over the place. So that was the first lot I got, and then when I went this time there was that great big pile, and they were just sitting beside the wood. And what these are, they're actually spacers, so they get the wood delivered in bulk and they're laid flat, and then they have one of these 1-inch spacers between layers, and that's to keep air flowing through the wood. And as they sell the wood, they just throw all these to one side, and there was a big pile of them. Well, I took the entire pile. Well, they said I could have them. They said, yeah, if you can make use of them, you can have them. You've been a regular customer. And all I done was I went and bought 1 pack of this featherboard. I already had some, but I thought I want some more of those as well, so I bought these because they never go wrong. And then we got all of those freebies. Slight change of plan, guys. So Tony and Curtis have landed up, but what we decided to do is we would get this bed finished while all 3 of us was here. Many hands make light work. So what we can see is we've got these kickboards in now, got all the little posts cut, drove into the ground. We've got the membrane over, cut round the trees, and that's my own made compost on the top of there. Mulch, wood chip, chicken manure, that'll feed these trees absolutely brilliantly. And then we've got this membrane on over the top. We had a couple of buckets of spent compost from cabbages and cauliflowers, etc. that we grew in pots, so all that went on the top of there as well after we got it weeded. Then the membrane, and now I'm just going to use these that we just happened to acquire. And this tree doesn't need it, it's very substantial, and I'm pleased to say it's coming back to life, as you can see. We didn't know whether this one was going to pull through after being rove out of the ground, but it has. That's its third move now, but it's staying here permanently from here on. One of the little roast trees, the gales got up and snapped it completely in half. We lost that, so I'm going to stake this one, and I'm going to stake these new trees that we've just put in until they get established and the trunk's sticking up. We're just going to put one of these in and loosely tie them to them, just to give them, but knock them well into the ground, so give them some support when we get the gales that comes howling down here. So we're just about to start building these brassica cages. We haven't got a lot of time left now. Sorry, I'm up out of the way. Right, we haven't got a lot of time left now, but we're going to make a start on this with Curtis, my 13-year-old grandson. He's going to have a go at making some of these for me. So we're going to start making the framing now. We've been over, we've done some measurements of the beds, and we're going to make a start. So you want to grab all of that, yeah, and slide it back until it lines up with the blade. Alright? Yeah. Right. Now grab it and hold it tight, but keep your hand clear of the blade. Alright? Grab it and just squeeze it with your thumb now. Yeah. Now with this hand, put your thumb on there and press it in. With this, there's a little trigger, you'll feel a little trigger. Just pull that. See this here? There we go. Go on. You've got to pull that one across, that one there, with one finger, go on, and then pull the trigger. Go on. Keep it going, keep the trigger in. Right? Let go, and let go of that. Let go of everything. Don't move your hand till the blade stops. There you go. Now you can move them.
Where's your pump and your hose pipe? Rather than fucking farting around with a jerry can. With a Martin can.
Through to the side, lad.
Oh.
On the floor. At the near the back right. Okay? So that's 2 you've got.
There's barrels over there, isn't there?
Ah?
I say there's barrels over there, isn't there, before?
Yes, there is. Take the lid off the middle one, lad.
Yeah.
And use that one. That's it, go on, square them up. There we go, lad. Right, now what we're going to do this time is we're going to take one of these ones, right? And we're going to put that one on the top, because we know that's the right length now, don't we? So now, we should have 4 of them the right size. Get that one and measure them and see if they're the right size.
What battery's going is?
Right, so you can see Curtis has already started making the frame now. We've got the lengths cut and he's screwed the first end to the upright and he's now just pilot holing the ends. Let me just get in with the camera so you can see nice and clearly. If you want to now cut, Curtis, all the way through. There we go. Now keep drilling and pull back. There we go. Now the next hole. Keep drilling and pull back. There we go. So basically if you don't do this, if you don't put the pilot holes in the wood like this, then you will split the wood. Right, so the next job is you're going to now screw this leg onto there. So you put your drill down out of your way so you don't knock it over. That's it. And now you want to put this piece of wood and flip. You want to flip your wood over now. That's it. Onto there and line it up. And now you've got to hold that and keep it all steady and reach down and grab some screws. Tricky, eh? Now put your first screw in your hole and start it. Just give it a little turn. That's it, give it a little turn with your fingers. So keep it straight. There you go. Now get your drill. Bend down and get your drill. Go on, I'll hold this for you. Right, now then. Remember what I told you about squaring the wood up first. Make sure the edges are all matching. Yeah. And then you can drill. And screw that home. That's it. Next one, next screw. Oh, hang on a moment, look. See how that doesn't match up and you missed with the screw because you didn't check your edges. So, put that on top of there and unscrew it now. So, flick the switch over on the drill. That's it, and unscrew that one. Right, okay, so this time what we've got to do is you've got to make sure that that edge lines up with that edge, alright? Perfectly. Like that. Okay, away you go. Get your second screw. Into that hole there, yeah, that's fine. That'll be fine. Slightly longer, but it'll be alright, you'll just get a better hold. That's it. And there you have it. So there we've now got the top rail and the 2 side rails. Right, so he's got one frame completely made now, and he's just in the middle of starting to do another one. He's just doing his pilot holes on the end, on his top rail. Very good. So what you might as well do, Kurt, while you've got your drill, flip that upside down. Flip it upside down. Yeah. Right, make sure your holes are the same way, look. And what we're going to do now, we drill 2 more in there, roughly where you had the other ones, okay? Very similar to what we've done, yeah? Hold the wood, or it'll fly back in your face, that's it. And drill another 2. Excellent. You've done 2 jobs in one go there now, haven't you? You used the drill once. But you put your drill down safely so you don't kick it over. And I've just showed Curtis a little trick. If he's working on his own and he can't quite hold the wood, because his hands aren't as big as mine obviously, he's struggling to hold this piece of wood and that, keep it balanced, and I don't want him having an accident. So I've showed him a little trick where what we've done is we've just drove a screw through this upright into a door jamb to hold it in place for him. It's just so he keeps it relatively steady so he can work. Right, you want to put your screws in? And remember to make sure you keep it lined up on all 4 sides before you put your screws in. No, that way. No, there. That end. There. That's it. Put one in at a time, that's right. Get your drill. You get your drill, that's it. I'll help you hold it. No, keep hold of it up. Keep it up. That's it. That's it. You'll learn how to manipulate it and tuck it under your arm and all sorts. Right, here you go now. Whoop. Keep your drill straight. Keep the screw straight. Right, turn. One go. Let's have a look. Well, we want to go. You just got to pull the trigger.
Like it won't fit into.
Yeah, you've just got to pull the trigger, son.
Go on, pull the trigger a little bit, that's it. Stick yourself, that's it. You'll get a hold.
Oh, hang on, I know what's wrong here. You've got a bad screw head. Right, get yourself a different screw. That one's no good. That was a screw head. That's it. Drop it down. That's it. You want to keep things level and square, alright? Your first screw in. Clockwise, clockwise.
Left for loosely, right for tighty.
That's it. Now then, away you go. Just rest it in the top of the screw and pull the trigger a bit and it'll square up itself. There you go. Now press a bit of weight and go fast. Come on. There you go. Next screw.
I'll come on, I'll be back for you. There you go. That's it, always set your screw off if you can, if you've got a pile on.
There you go. Drill straight. Rest it in. Pull the trigger a little bit.
See all round here.
Pull the trigger. That's it.
See how you get a gap. Look, there, go on, trigger. A little bit of pressure on.
A little bit of pressure. There you go.
That's it.
There now.
So see,
Now then, you can't move that because it's glued to there, isn't it?
See when you're looking on your screw, see if you sat like that, you know you're not square. If it sits and you can't see any gaps in it, look.
That means your drill's straight as well.
Straight.
Alright. Right, he's just finishing off now, doing the stapling. If you want to just put them last few staples in now, Curtis.
Let you click back out, that's it.
No, squeeze down. That's it, go on.
He's standing in front of this camera, but go on. There we go. So as you can see, we're all stapled up along the edge, and he's created his first panel with micro mesh. Nice and tight. Pretty good job. So, well done, Curtis. That's your first panel that you've made, and we've got a second one ready to put the mesh on. That's a good start for Grandad, because Tony and Curtis need to go now. Tony's got work and he needs to drop Curtis off. So we're going to give it a wrap up for today, guys. Right, so while Curtis and I were making the brassica cages, Tony came over here into the growing area, and to be honest, we didn't get the garage cleaned out, but that's a small price to pay. So what Tony's done is now got all of the beds covered over for me to hold the weed back with a cardboard. As you can see, that's just going to keep the weed at bay for now. I'll maybe put some bits of wood on top just to hold it down for now until it gets sodden through. Right, hope you've enjoyed today's little video. So that was an attempt to show you that the cages are simple enough to build in construction. They can be a little bit tricky for a 13-year-old, I've realised. Trying to hold them things. I was trying to teach him the way I do things and how I manipulate things, and I help myself out by doing X, Y and Z, like screwing the wood to the framing. Now, I've learned how to do that without, but obviously that's his first attempt. And I think he made a pretty good job of his first attempt. But it's just to show you a little bit more detail in how we make they're just a simple construction. But it's just a little bit more detail, and also how we try to teach Curtis how to be practical, use DIY tools and build something constructive. And he thoroughly enjoyed it, he really did. He really enjoyed it. So well done, Curtis. That was a very good first attempt, and Grandad's quite pleased with the work that you've done. Well done, pal. Right, as always, guys, thanks for all your likes, comments, dislikes, subscriptions. I really do appreciate it. And of course all your visits. And if you've just popped along here for the first time, at least give it a thumbs up on your way out, or a thumbs down. It doesn't really matter, it's the interaction that matters. And I will be really grateful. As always, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, be practical, keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks again for watching. And I'll see you again in the next video.